If you have the one, the creative self-expression, in your conscious core essence or your personality sun, you will either have the Sphinx, self-expression, or defiance. Now this is the kickoff to our very last quarter of the wheel, which is about mutation and transformation. So as we walk around these quarters, what we can recognize is consciously we come in, we build the form, we create relationships, and here the important piece is that we have a well-lived life so that our death, our transition back into pure positive energy, can be one that is filled with grace and ease because we've had this well-lived life. So when we look here at the creative self-expression and these particular purposes or crosses, when we see the Sphinx, this is our fourth variation of the Sphinx, but now we have the one as the sun aspect. So what we see is that the second gate is the direction that the vehicle itself is going. And then the seven was all about that logical gate that was looking out the front of the window. It was looking down the road, wondering where it's going. The 13 is looking in the rearview mirror, trying to figure out where it's been so that it can figure out the past. Now, the one being in the sun, this is really about contemplation right here in the now. It's about that creative self-expression that is designed to come out of you. So it's not about focusing forward or backward. It is really about, as Ra would say, navel gazing. So just being completely focused in on your own process. So this is right here, right now. It can be very selfish because it's not designed to be sharing like the 7 and the 13. This is designed to absolutely stand in your own creative self-expression. So these people show you a direction by them just moving in their own contemplative direction. These are individuals. So there's a creative process here. There's going to be a little bit of melancholy that happens through this particular Sphinx gate as well. So when we take a look at that, what the one is pointed towards is the 8 in the throat, that contribution. So it's always trying to bring its creative self-expression out and be able to contribute to society. So the parable that Ra always gave here is that 1 is the artist and the 8 is the gallery owner. And the only time there's going to be tension there is if the artist tries to become the gallery owner and the gallery owner tries to become the artist. We need to be able to recognize our own space and time and know that this particular expression, this particular purpose, you are designed to be your own creative self-expression. And those that need to come along and follow your direction, it isn't about you dragging them along. It isn't about you sharing it. It's about you demonstrating it, being that presentation of the creative self-expression, and then others will follow you or not, depending on their own strategy and authority. So what's important here is that you just move in your creative self-expression. And when you do that, when you nurture that, when you love that, when you go deep into your own process, other people will have the opportunity to align to that or not. So again, what do I see here? Very similar to Ra, it is a very artistic, creative expression because you are really bringing out the individuation and that identity of the direction that you are moving. So writing, artistic, cooking, any of that kind of stuff, any kind of stuff that is artistic, any kind of stuff that shares your creative self-expression is a great wealth builder for you here. Now, when we look at the juxtaposition cross of self-expression, again, these people are absolutely fixed on their own self-expression. They're going to talk about the now, And we've moved from having the 7 and the 13 to having the 4 and the 49. That's all about formulas and revolutions. That emotionality is brought in here. So it's about this need to express this very deep unusualness that is underneath. And because there is just natural social skills here, with the fourth line being in the personality aspect, so you're going to always continue to have that self-expression and speak about it and be it, because you have the 4 and the 49 that really is helping people with their formulas. So what do I see here again? More of that artistic, or even because there's the formulas underneath and the revolution underneath, being able to be that individual and share really profound formulas for people, sharing really profound principles so that people can align to whatever that mutative energy is that you're bringing out in your self-expression. And then when we have the left angle cross of defiance, having the 1 and the 2, it's so important to understand how individuals are not designed to really be conditioned by other people. We do get conditioned by other people, but individuals really are designed to have that almost a deafness when it comes to that individual circuitry that runs throughout the body graph. Why do we do that? Because we want to be able to move with our own individuation into whatever the direction is. So defiance really is about non-interference. And this is kind of gives us a parable here of what it is to be individual. And it's to defy the conditioning from other people. It is to have non-interference, to demand non-interference. That's what really happens here in this particular cross. So being able to walk through, again, your own direction and help people just by you standing in your individuation, then you're going to be able to help them with their individual activity. You're going to bring that karma to them by defying any kind of interference from others. And when you're defying that interference, other people can recognize that and go, okay, they have a particular direction for us to take a look at. And sometimes that direction is correct, sometimes it's not. Of course, it's a projected energy with that 5 in there. And the 6 ends up being the role model of defiance. So you're always dealing with those that are trying to control the way that you contribute. They're always trying to control, no, don't say that, no, don't say this. And what'll happen is that you're going to defy tradition. So you're going to defy that tradition. You're going to defy anything that is a conditioning field. Okay, so defying influence in any way, shape, or form. Now, what do I see here? There's, again, tons of wealth activity here as well through creating brand new state-of-the-art technologies or art or anything that allows people to recognize that, no, we don't need to be conditioned. We can stand in our own individual expression and absolutely enjoy it. So wealth expression here, anytime we see individuation, there's going to be a little defiance in there. But here is, because it sits in the G center or the identity and direction, this is really a creative aspect of who we are. So stand in that and allow for that mutative energy to come through your work, whatever it is. All right, have fun. We will coach.